Hello children, welcome back to Scholars online classes. And in the last class we have discussed about the motion and types of motion, and we have seen uniform motion and non-uniform motion and their examples, and even we have seen translatory motion and rotatory motion and oscillatory motion, and also we have learned some examples about the different types of motions and the bodies which will move in different ways. And today we will see the time. Yes, of course, it plays a precious role in our daily life, right? You will come to school regularly on a particular time. You have your science period at a particular time, right? And there is different timings for different events. Am I right? Yes, there is a fixed time for breakfast as well as your lunch, having snacks, for playing, okay, for reading books, for writing, and many ways we are using this word called time. So for example, if you have come to school or class late, what your teacher will say? Why did you come late? Sometimes without using the term time, we use in different, that means we use late, so early, quickly, like that. These words will be used in our daily life. But actually, what is a time? See here, time is nothing but it is the interval between two events, any two events, isn't it? Time is nothing but it's the interval between two instances or two events. See, in olden days, nowadays of course we are using electronic clocks, digital clock, quartz class clocks, analog clocks, like that. And nowadays even most of the people nowadays are using cell phones. Am I right? Yes, cell phones and wristwatch, hand watches, like that. Even we have a wall clocks. But in olden days there was a pendulum clock, even sundial, to observe the or to measure the time. See, our ancestors, they used to depend upon the sun's movement, isn't it? So at 8 o'clock the sun will be here, and at 12 o'clock sun will be somewhere else, like that. By the motion of the sun they used to calculate the time. Nowadays we don't have that kind of problem. We have the sophisticated materials or the things we have. With the help of, say for example, I am using a watch. With this help of with the help of this instrument, I am able to measure the time. But actually, what is the standard unit of the time? How can we measure the time? See, in our daily life we measure many things in different quantities. They have their own units. Say for example, the rice is measured in kilograms, and the bananas are measured in dozens. Eggs will be measured in dozens. Oil and the liquids will be measured in liters, like that. Whether the time is a measurable quantity? Yes, it is measurable. See, the time, the standard unit of time is seconds, and the short form of this is SEC. It's nothing but seconds. Now, of course, the time are the different clocks and different mobile phones are, this is especially this one, stopwatch. You might have seen this application in your cell phones, isn't it? What for? Where do we use this stopwatch? See, especially in different types of sports and games, we use this stopwatch, especially running race and while playing kabaddi, and swimming races, like that. See, so the stopwatch is used to measure the time interval. That means the person or the sportsman, how much time it is taking, he is taking. Okay, initial and the beginning. So the time interval between these two events is noted as the time. Now coming to another important term in our daily life is speed. Yes, in the beginning of this class I might have told you, your teacher asks you if you come to your class late. That means you were late. That means you are not maintaining a speed. Am I right? Sometimes we use this word in our daily life. Hey, do it very fastly. Do it very speed. Am I going speed? Like that. We use many ways or many situations we use this word called speed. So what is this? Say for example, if you are going with your father on a bike, you will say to your father, Dad, will go very speed. What is that speed? So what are the terms which affects are related to this word called speed? So speed is a term which deals with how fastly or how slowly you're going or you're moving, isn't it? That is also related to the term called motion itself. If the motion is very fast, then your speed is high. If the motion of a body is slow, then the speed is low, like that. So here the speed can be calculated by using the two terms. They are called as distance and time. What is the relation among these three terms? Speed, distance and time. That is, speed is equals to distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. Another term called as average speed. Where do we use this average speed? Say for example, we have seen in the last classes, that is uniform motion. If a train, see, in practically it is not happening, but theoretically we will think, imagination, that if a train covers equal distances in equal interval of time, then it is said to be in a uniform motion. But in coming to practical instances, it won't, isn't it? See, in some between two stations, the train may go fast, and sometimes it may become very slow. While reaching to the station or the platform, the speed of the train will be reduced, and after leaving the platform, and after or to reach another particular station, it may go very fastly. That means the speed is not constant. So we can't say the train is moving with a uniform motion. At that instances, we will calculate the speed of the train by using a term called average speed, isn't it? Average speed. So what is the formula about the average speed? That is the total distance traveled by the object, okay, divided by the total time taken by the train. For example, we are taking the train example, isn't it? Suppose it has been started at Vishakhapatnam and it has reached to Kazipet. It took, say, for example, 12 hours. Almost all the time it may be 12 hours, and the total distance between the Kazipet and the Vizag or Vishakhapatnam is 720 kilometers, somewhere around, for example. So according to this formula, speed is equals to distance by time. What is the total distance? Say for example 720, and time is, say, it is the total time taken by this is 12 hours, for example. 720 divided by 12 hours. So what is that now? 60 kilometers per hour, isn't it? So this term is explaining about the speed of the train, but actually the speed is 60 kilometers per hour is exactly not same at different per every hour. So in that cases we use this formula, that is average speed, that is equals to total distance took or taken by the object and divided by total time taken by the object, isn't it? Now, so how this speed is measured in? Okay, here I have written kilometers per hour, but here observe here SI unit. As I told you in the beginning itself, for physical quantities are most probably they are measurable. So here the speed is also a measurable quantity. That is, SI unit of the speed is meters per seconds. Sometimes it may be kilometers per hour, isn't it? The standard unit is what? Meters per second. Speed unit is meters per second, whereas the unit of time or units of speed also we can say, no problem. Unit of time is seconds. Units of speed is meters per second. Is it clear? So basing on this formula, you'll be having a problem which comes in your examination, isn't it? So we will solve in the next classes, coming classes, isn't it? So please go through with the textbook again. Today we have seen about the topic called time as well as speed and the relational formulas among them. And remember that time is denoted by a letter called T. Sometimes it may be capital T, but most probably we use small t, isn't it? Okay, the next content will be discussed in the next class. Thank you.